I should have like a mug where I just sip in the mug. I feel like this giant hydro flask.
Yeah, does this make you feel better? Whose hydro flask is bigger? Oh.
So Martin, tell me about your new projects.
Welcome. We're starting the podcast.
Starting the podcast right now.
Okay, so first of all,
welcome to my Spacecast. I'm John, the host, here interviewing.
No, I'm the
Martin.
host. And I say you have to answer this question.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day? Well, that's tomorrow.
I don't think that's a question.
How's your what are your Valentine's Day plans?
I totally forgot that it's Valentine's Day. What day is Valentine's Day on?
The 14th, tomorrow.
The 14th. Okay.
We could celebrate Palentine's Day.
I think I'm gonna get AI to write a few poems and send those out.
Ooh, nice. AI, isn't that exciting? I was using it to write lyrics the other day.
It is so exciting, Martin. It is.
Wait, first we have to do a sponsorship.
Well, you already have that shirt on, DC Shoe Co. I feel
DC
like
Shoes. Send me free shoes. Nobody's watching. This podcast is brought to you by Little Custom Design. Little Custom Design. What can you create with a little custom design? LittleCustomDesign.com. Link in the description.
Little Custom Design sucks. Don't buy it.
Look at something I created on Little Custom Design. It's a pillow. Yeah. It's a pillow cover.
That is pretty cool. How did you design this, or?
The design was created with AI.
Oh, okay. That is pretty cool, actually. What else does it create?
You can make T-shirts or mugs or gifts, different kinds of gifts. Anyway, check it out.
Check it out. Link in the description.
Yeah, so that's one of my businesses that I'm promoting today. That I started in 2024. I decided to start a lot of businesses because it's hard to make money with businesses, but it's easy to create them. So.
Yeah, it's easy to start businesses and lose money with them. I've found that out through my years of entrepreneurship. Like, it's super easy to do that part.
Yeah.
But the harder part is to make money from it and not lose the money.
Yeah. So I figure if I create tons of businesses and try not to spend too much money getting them started, just like use word of mouth to spread the word, and I can find something that works.
Yeah. And I feel like there always is something to, like, if you're good at advertising on like Google ads or Facebook ads, like, you can generate it that way, but having more long-term earnings, it's better to do it just naturally.
Mm-hmm. I was watching something about the first few customers you get, you should get manually, like in ways that don't scale, because that way you can find out if your product's any good, and you can get feedback from customers, because through Google Ads it's kind of it's separated from you, like you're not actually talking to somebody about the product. And
and there's always things, I forgot what it was called, like Hotjar or something, where you can view what the person is looking at, but then you're always just making up your own kind of mindset about what they're doing, and so you don't really get into the mind of them. Like, all you see is just like where they click, where they are on the page. But when you talk to somebody face to face, like, you can see more about what's not working, what is working.
Mm-hmm. One other thing I heard is that 95% of people are not interested in dealing with a new business and startups, so they don't want to be like part of this testing thing, which probably won't work out.
Yeah, you kind of want to go with something that's already established.
Yeah. So it's tough. You just gotta like put out a lot of feelers, and whoever is interested in helping you is, maybe they can help you with other stuff too. So it's just a matter of, it's sort of a numbers game. You just gotta give it a shot.
Yeah. And have you ever read Lean Startup?
No.
So that's kind of, what you're saying of just starting out slow and asking questions. So his whole thing is like creating a MVP, minimum viable product, and then just testing everything. So that's kind of what we had done with the apps that we created. But I think in the very beginning we were doing it a lot slower, of wanting different things to be perfect. But then after we put it out there, we kind of realized what people actually wanted, and then built the thing off of the feedback that we're getting from other people instead of just what was in our minds.
Nice.
Which is always better to do.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking about what I should do with any extra time I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading, I found this British company called 80,000 Hours.
Mm-hmm.
And they're involved in charity, and it's called effective altruism, which is giving to charity in an effective way, like figuring out where you can put your money that will have the biggest impact.
Yeah.
And so they say give to developing countries because you're more likely to save lives that way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this last year I put a lot of money into charities, but I did put some into this one group that was in Vietnam, like helping with people there. Or maybe it was Cambodia, I don't remember what it was. Link in the description. Link in the description. But it was because my friend had worked there, and he said that they did a really good job of just helping people out there. But besides that, I mean, most of my money went into psychedelic research. Oh. And just what I heard the other day was that MDMA is going through the review process. Here, let me read exactly what the news article said, so I don't get this wrong. Link in the description. Yeah. Link in the description. So it said,
this is using psychedelics to help people.
So this, I'll explain it later. So this is February 9th. So it said the FDA has accepted a new drug application filed by Lykos Therapeutics for MDMA-assisted therapy for PTSD. I think that's just what MAPS was. The application was supported by clinical trial data collected over nearly 2 decades of research incubated by MAPS. The FDA granted the application priority review and expected to announce its determination in August 2024. So the big thing with MDMA is that one of its uses is for PTSD. So just hoping that a lot of the people that have PTSD will be able to overcome it through this. And also I know a lot of people that have gone to war and come back, very affected by it. And that was another charity that I gave to, was this one called Wounded Warriors. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking, they can only do so much with the therapies that they have now, that my money would be better used to help further on psychedelic research and have these better ways of helping people. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think there's always just that thought of like, where is your money better spent of helping different people?
Mm-hmm. That's great. I didn't know you did that. Yeah, I've been planning to research like what the best charities are, and so I'm gonna look into that and donate a percentage of my income each year and see how that goes. But first, I need more businesses.
More businesses first. I remember at the psychedelic convention that I went to, he wasn't there. Who's the guy who does the 4-hour work week?
Tim
Ferriss.
Yeah.
So he was saying that he gives a large amount of money to psychedelic research and different charities. And one thing that he said that was interesting was that we always play that game of like, well, this money is better spent of me investing it so I have more money in the future to give away to charities. And you can always play that game, but it's probably just better of just giving that money away now, and it's better used for them to use the money to further on research or whatever goals they have.
Yeah, I figure, there was a company called Giving What You Can, and everybody that was a member would give away 5% of their income. So that might be a good starting point.
Another thing that I found very interesting was, when you're at the grocery store or someplace and it's like, oh, do you want to round up that money to give to charity? And before I would usually say yes. And then somebody brought it to my attention that this is just a tax write-off for the company. So like, let's say you give them $1 or whatever the change is. They use that as a tax write-off for their business, which is, I don't know, kind of crazy. Like, it wasn't their donate. Like, I gave them money, but like they're doing the charity on their behalf. So they're getting the charity benefits. And I do wonder how much tax write-offs some of these companies get because of it. And then it makes you think like, oh, it's not altruistic at all. Like, you're the one giving the money and they're getting the tax benefits because of it. And they're not putting in any of their own money into it is the other thing too. Like, if there was some kind of matching system of like, if you put in $1, they put in $1, then they would like break even on how much money they would save on taxes and stuff like that. But just kind of interesting. I never thought of it that way until somebody brought that to my attention. And now I never give away money to those grocery stores.
What about at Panda Express?
I never go to Panda Express because it has a lot of gluten in it. And I have that gluten sensitivity.
I do, yeah. Well, at Panda Express, if you agree to donate, then they ring a little bell for you.
This part of the segment was brought to you by Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Orange
yummy,
chicken.
Yummy orange chicken, noodles, and deliciousness. Panda Express.
Our favorite
link in the description.
Chinese food.
Martin's favorite Chinese food. I've always wondered what actual Chinese food is. Like, I feel like what we get in America is just such bullshit Chinese. Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say that on the podcast? Are we going to edit that out?
I'll bleep it out for you.
Bleep it out.
You naughty, naughty boy. Okay, do you want to hear? Oh, we have to do another sponsorship now. This podcast is brought to you by Marty AI, Large Scale Art. Sign up at martyboggs.com/art. Link in the description. Marty AI is a company I started with Kai Fong, who lives in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Kai, his name is the K with AI at the end. That's why I chose him.
Yeah, I heard here in California it's so slow.
It's so slow, but
in Hong Kong it's so fast.
so fast. Yeah, that's something that Kai used to say.
You did say that. And for whatever reason, I thought it was so funny. I think it was just his cadence of how he said it also.
So slow.
In California, like he was saying so slow, like it was so slow.
Mm-hmm.
In California, it's so slow. In Hong Kong, it's so fast.
Yeah, so that company is the best one I got so far.
Okay.
Until I start my cupcake business.
Ooh.
But got to get the equipment to make cupcakes first. Piping bags, icing tips, flour, all the stuff. Confectioner's sugar.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Who are you going to make them for?
Gluten-free cupcakes. All my gluten-free friends.
Gluten-free stuff sucks.
Really?
Sometimes people will know I'm gluten-free and be like, oh, I got you this gluten-free whatever. And I'm just like, thanks for giving me a shitty version of something that everybody... Like, it's just disgusting, usually. There's some things that are pretty good. I think brownies, because of the texture, like those ones can turn out pretty good. But when it's something that you need to rise, like a bread or like even a cupcake or a cake, it just ends up being so dense and not very good. There are just like a handful of recipes that I know my mom does that are pretty good. But usually I feel like it's just better just to get things that don't have gluten in them. Like flan is one of my favorite desserts. It's my go-to dessert. Delicious. Another one, I made souffle recently.
Oh, yeah?
Do you know what a souffle is?
Is it a dessert?
It is a dessert. So the one I made was a chocolate souffle. So pretty simple ingredients. It's egg whites. So you separate the egg whites and the egg yolks. And you have to beat the egg whites. And I didn't have an egg beater or like one of the mixing things.
Yeah.
So I had to do it by hand. And that took a long time. By the end of it, I was just like, oh, this sucks. Now I understand why people buy mixers for this shit. Oh, can I say shit? Bleep it out. Link in the description.
Yeah, same thing with cupcakes. You have to mix the eggs and the sugar, and you're supposed to beat it for 7 minutes. By hand.
So then, so with the souffle, you'll have all of this egg whites, and then you melt some like, what is it? Semi-sweet baker's chocolate.
Yeah.
You put that in there. You mix the eggs in there too. And then there's something else like cream of tartar. Do you pronounce it tartar? I remember I was saying tartar. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce this name of this thing. Tartar. Sounds very... I feel like tartar sounds better.
Yeah.
But it's wrong. And you'll sound stupid if you say it. But I think it does sound better. It sounds like French or something. Yeah. Oh, the cream of tartar.
So souffle, that's gluten-free. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So you put all of that in some ramekins.
I don't know what ramekin is.
A ramekin is... It's like these small ceramic bowls that go into the oven so they can withstand high temperatures of heat. So you cook it in there. And then it rises a lot. And the texture of it is just very similar to a cake. But it's got more of this like gooiness to it on the inside. It was really good. I liked it a lot. But I think I definitely messed up because I didn't beat the egg whites enough. And I needed to get that going more so it would like rise more. Because in the end, I think I only filled up 3 ramekins when the recipe said I could fill up 4 of them. So it was just, didn't have as much rise.
So you have like a bowl?
A little tiny bowl, a ramekin.
A ramekin, and it's full of... You just eat it with a spoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
I made a pizza casserole the other day with gluten-free pasta, and the pasta all kind of fell apart. Yeah.
Do you have any more of that?
Yeah.
I'll try some. I felt bad for not trying it the other day, so I was like, one of the people that is the gluten-free, but I ate so much.
I was trying to make you feel bad.
I ate so much food that day. I couldn't eat any more, besides Andre's meat.
You got to eat Andre's meat.
I mean, that's the good stuff.
Should we do another sponsorship?
Sure.
All right. This podcast is brought to you by Focus Home Buyers.
Focus Home Buyers.
FocusHomeBuyers.com. We'll buy your house. FocusHomeBuyers.com. Link in the description. And that is a business where...
is that one of your businesses?
Yeah.
Oh, all of these are your businesses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I took this real estate investing course.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still part of the Facebook group. And people, they do cold calls.
Yeah.
They call people... they call people that are trying to sell their house off the market. And they also call people that are in foreclosure or having problems making payments on their house.
Yeah.
And that's tougher to do because those people get tons of calls and they're in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make the calls. I haven't made any phone calls yet. I think I'll start doing some texts and see how that goes, and I might hire somebody to do the calls.
Yeah. Also, I'm just kind of wondering how, AI is going to be able to do all of these things in the future. Mm-hmm. But it's like right now, it takes a long time for all of these calls to be made. I think there was also maybe a law about robocallers in the future. Like that ever stopped anybody before. Like there was always robocallers. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think just the future with AI being able to sound like a human, hear what you're saying and interact with you, I think that's just going to make scamming blow up. I think it's already pretty huge. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the movie The Beekeeper?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen it either. My friend was watching it and I was watching parts of it. But like the basis of the movie is like one of the like call centers steals a bunch of money from this old lady and she kills herself. So Jason Statham is a beekeeper. I guess he's an actual beekeeper. I think the beekeeper stands for something else too. Uh-huh. And then he goes to the place where the call center is and just like murders everybody basically. It seemed like a pretty harsh thing to do. But I guess we're all cheering for him because people like that suck. I also really enjoy watching the videos where somebody, talks to the scammers.
Yeah, and then they scam them back.
I guess sometimes they try to scam them. I guess there was a text message the other day that I was trying to scam them back on. Oh, there's my phone. It might have been a while ago.
Hello?
Let me see if I can find it.
This podcast is brought to you by The North Face.
Okay. So I got a text from somebody I didn't know. And they said, "Long time no see. How's it been going recently? Still remember me?" Of course I don't remember this person because it's just, a random phone number.
Yeah.
So I write, "Of course, how's it going? We haven't seen each. I'm Mori, Japanese girl. Do you remember my number? I must have lost it. Yes, I remember you, Mori. How have you been? I'm pretty good. Are you everything okay with your family?" And then I wrote, "My dad just died of cancer, and my mom has been very depressed because of that. My sister just got into a bad car accident, and the doctor said she would never be able to walk again. It's been pretty hard the last couple of months." And then she wrote, "I'm Maury. Aren't you my friend Iris?" And then she sent me a picture of herself.
Oh.
And then I said, "No, this is John. Do you remember me?" And then I found some picture of some random dude and put it in there. And then I wrote, "I've been traveling a lot. To be honest, I made a lot with crypto and I don't have to work anymore. My uncle has been helping me with everything." So I've seen some of these where they try and say "Oh, my uncle can get you with crypto. Just send him some of your money and he'll invest that in crypto." So I was kind of trying to do that reverse scam on somebody that's scamming me and then just seeing how far it would go. I didn't hear back from her. Maybe Mori was just a sweet Japanese woman. Mori, if you're out there, I'm sorry.